Hi guys. So today's video is going to be my monthly favorites for the month of April. I really love doing these videos because it's a chance for me to talk to you guys about some stuff that's not necessarily book related. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but otherwise it's just random things I've been loving or awesome deals I've found that I think you guys might be interested in. On that note, the first thing that I want to chat with you guys about are some video games that I got recently. I haven't had the chance to play them yet, but I'm mentioning them because I got a crazy good deal on them and you guys recommended them to me. I made a video recently called, what did I call it? Like something like video games with great stories or something like that, because I love video games. In that video I asked you guys to let me know what some of your favorite games were, some of your favorite games with great stories, and two of the games that got mentioned the most were Mass Effect and Uncharted 4. And I've heard Uncharted 4 is kind of like Tomb Raider but with a guy, as far as the modern Tomb Raider games borrow a lot of the gameplay mechanics of Uncharted, so super pumped about that because I love Tomb Raider. I don't think it's like amazing storytelling or anything like that, but it's a super fun game. And then Mass Effect, it's so funny because everybody that recommends Mass Effect is like, except for Andromeda, that one's garbage. So I didn't get Andromeda even though it's the modern one, the new one. So I got the very first one and it was $4.50, and then Uncharted was $13.50, but we had some store credit, so I think total my husband and I spent like $8 or $10 for both of these games. And I was so excited because that same bookstore had all of, this is gonna be the most random thing ever, it had all of Planet Earth. Planet Earth, for those that don't know, was this BBC production, and it's kind of like National Geographic. It just has the most stunning, amazing, beautiful footage of Earth and nature and animals. It's so well done. It's one of my favorite like nature things ever. And growing up I used to watch National Geographic and stuff like that all the time, Animal Planet, every time I went to my dad's house, because we didn't have cable at my mom's, but every time I went to my dad's house as a kid we would always watch that. And you guys might know from a few videos ago I mentioned that my dad was in a really bad car accident recently, and I've been at his house more than my house. I've been at his house so much recently, and so when I saw they had Planet Earth I freaked out because it was only 20 bucks for all of it. Like, I think that there's like almost 30 hours of footage, or like 25 or 30 hours of footage. There's the original Planet Earth and then Planet Earth Blue, and it was just such a great deal to find because of my dad's injuries. He can't get up and go do a lot, so it was really nice to get to like sit and watch Planet Earth with him. And for those of you that live in Arizona, it's the Bookmans on Northern Avenue. They had 2 more, so if you want to go get it, that's a great deal. You should go find it. Anyway, switching now to a very different thing, nothing to do with any kind of form of entertainment, but my next favorite this month is a recipe, and it's actually a recipe I believe I've mentioned in a favorites video in the past or something, but it's a recipe that I've tweaked slightly for those of you who are vegan or vegetarian, because I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I've been making really a lot of effort to only get meat from farms that I have done a lot of research on and know that they treat the animals humanely. But going along with that, in general, I've also been trying to eat less meat, which you have no idea what a struggle that is for me. I know for some of you it's no big deal, but fried chicken is my very favorite thing to eat. But anyway, this recipe normally had chicken in it, not fried chicken, but it had chicken, and I've substituted the chicken for golden potatoes, or just any kind of potato you like, doesn't really matter. And it's this really yummy like Hispanic soup, like very spicy salsa kind of recipe. It's so good. So what I use is salsa, diced up green chilies, diced up jalapenos, and then I put in what used to be chicken, I now put in the potatoes. I put all of these things in a slow cooker and I set it on low for the whole night, so you just put it in before you go to sleep, and then when you wake up in the morning, you just take the potatoes out and you cut them up, and then you just put them back in for a little bit, and then that way they soak up all the flavor of the soup, and then that's it. It's so easy, and you guys can add whatever other little things into it that you like. But then what my husband and I will do is, once we're ready to actually sit down and eat the soup, we crunch up some like tortilla chips, and it makes it like a tortilla soup. It's just so delicious, and man, if you guys need something to clear your sinuses, this will do it. The last few things I want to show you guys are a little girly, so I decided to save them to the end for those of you that just aren't interested in that kind of stuff. But anyway, going along with me trying to eat less meat and only purchase meat from farms that treat the animals humanely, I'm also making an effort to convert every like household item and personal hygiene item, makeup, anything like that, to brands that are cruelty free, and I feel like most of us would do that if we had even realized that most of the brands that we use aren't cruelty free, but I had no idea until recently. These are some products I found that I've been liking so far, and I thought I'd share them with you guys in case you're interested. Anyway, the first cruelty-free product that I want to show you guys is the shampoo and conditioner I've been using, and it's by a brand called Beauty and Planet, and this is the conditioner, it's the shampoo. This particular one is coconut water and mimosa flower. It's supposed to be for volume and bounty, and I can't really comment on whether or not my hair looks more voluminous, but what I can tell you is that it came from the drugstore. I live in the States. I got it from Walgreens, and it smells so delicious, but even if you don't like this particular scent, they do have other ones. Now getting into some cruelty-free makeup that I want to show you guys. The first is from a brand called ColourPop. I love ColourPop. They're so inexpensive, and they have good products for being as cheap as they are, and sometimes they have really great sales. So anyway, my two favorite lip products I've been using recently are these liquid lipsticks in the shades Strut and Times Square. If you're interested, they are what I'm wearing right now. By that same brand, I've been using, I don't want to blind you guys, this eyeshadow palette by them, and okay, I don't know how people that do like makeup videos and stuff, they'll be like, look at this beautiful palette, and it's like pristine. Mine is definitely not pristine, you can tell I've used it, but here's what the palette looks like. It has a really nice selection. It's got a good amount of mattes and a few really nice shimmers. I've tried out, I think, pretty much every shade. I really like them. I think they're nice, natural looking colors. I prefer that look for me personally, but I think that they have a lot of other options for those of you that are a little more adventurous with your eye looks. But I will have that specific eye color palette and those shades of lipstick, liquid lipstick that I showed you, linked in the description bar down below if you're interested. Another cruelty-free makeup product I've been using is by number 7. It's from the drugstore, and I've been using their translucent powder, and personally for me, I've always had a really hard time finding good translucent powder because they say translucent, but for those of us that are like baby butt white, it's hard to find one that's actually translucent. But this one is, and I really like the finish, and I really appreciate the fact the cap is actually twisty and not one that you just pull off, because am I the only one that with those stupid pull-off caps at some point have spilled? Next up, I've really been loving the bronzer and the highlighter from the brand Wet n Wild. I'm not sure the shade for the bronzer. I can't find it anywhere on the packaging, but it comes in this giant container. It's very subtle, it's very buildable, it's got a nice warm glow. That's what you want from a bronzer without being streaky or patchy and orangey, right? I don't like that in bronzers. And the highlight does have a shade. It says Blossom Glow. That's the one I got. It's very light, it's very subtle, and it's buildable just like the bronzer. It's a nice blush overlay too, because it does have a slight pinky tone in it, and you can use it as a substitute for blush if you're not really a blush person, but you still want like a little bit of pink in your cheeks. Anyway, that's it for my favorites this month. Let me know if you guys have used any of these things, or if you're like shocked at any of the deals I got recently, and if you have any other suggestions for cruelty-free brands. They don't have to be makeup or anything like that. They can be like laundry detergent or like lotion or anything like that. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the little bell icon to get notified when I post new videos, and check out some more of my videos right over here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.